right, hello, you guys. Finally made it on live after an interesting afternoon. All right, so let's get into these last three chapters. They're really short, so that's why I was like, I might as well just do three instead of two, like I normally do. Um, so let's see. All right, so chapter five is the thought factor in achievement. All right. So the first paragraph is all that a man achieves and all that he fails to achieve is the direct result of his own thoughts. In a justly ordered universe where loss of equipoise would mean total destruction, individual responsibility must be absolute. A man's weakness and strength, purity and impurity are his own and not another man's. They are brought about by himself and not by another, and they can only be altered by himself, never by another. His condition is also his own and not another man's. His suffering and his happiness are evolved from within. As he thinks, so he is. As he continues to think, so he remains. So basically, he's saying that, whatever your condition, where your life has become, is from your own thoughts, not caused by another person. Because a lot of times we like to blame other people or circumstances for how our life has turned out or the condition that we are in. So you have to start changing how you think if you want things to be better. And it has to be a continual thing, because even at the end of this paragraph, he's talking about even how you continue to think, that's how you're going to remain in that same mode. It's going to continue to get you the same results. All right, very good. So, I mean, that's definitely true. I can definitely attest to that. So, something I'm working on, obviously, not 100% there. I feel like it's something that you're always going to be working towards thinking better. It's a continual effort to do that. All right. The next paragraph that stuck out to me was a man can only rise, conquer, and achieve by lifting up his thoughts. He can only remain weak and abject and miserable by refusing to lift up his thoughts. So the only ways you're going to get out of like depression or sadness or your anger or anything that you're struggling with is by lifting your thoughts up. The only way you're going to remain in that place of lowliness or whatever you're going through that's causing issues or keeping you down is if you continue to have those same negative thoughts. So you have to lift your thoughts up to higher things, to better things, if you want better things for your life. Yeah. All right. I like this one a lot. Okay, this is a really good one. So the universe does not favor the greedy, the dishonest, the vicious, although on the mere surface it may sometimes appear to do so. So, a lot of people think that when you're greedy or you're doing things, it seems like those people who do things the wrong way, they always come out on top or they have everything, everything works out for them. It's like that whole nice guys finish last thing. But what he's saying, it helps the honest, the magn, the magnanimous, and the virtuous. All the great teachers of the ages have declared this in varying forms, and to prove and know it, a man has but to persist in making himself more and more virtuous by lifting up his thoughts. So he's saying it's the persistency is the key. So you can't give up just because you're doing the right things and things never seem to work out with you. And I can definitely uh that definitely resonates with me because sometimes I feel like, oh, being nice or trying to do the right thing, it just never works out for me. And I see, like you said, it seems like people who are lying or being greedy or dishonest and just like all about themselves, they seem to always get the things that they want, and they seem to have things just work out for them, and then it's like I'm trying to do everything right, and I just keep like having issues or problems. It's not getting me anywhere. It's like I'm spinning my wheels. I'm on a hamster wheel. But you have to be persistent, and then things will start to pay off. Because as you say, like the great teachers, like you think of Buddha or Jesus slash Joshua, however you want to say it, they teach, to do things the right way, to have these positive thoughts, and to just be an uplifting, positive, person, and have, righteous things on your mind, a pure mind, and you eventually will see the results of that. But it's a reaping and a sowing. It's not going to happen overnight. So you have to have that persistency. So that really helped me. Like, you got to be persistent. Don't look at what you see now. And now, even as I'm thinking about this, I see the differences in my life, and a lot of things that I can be grateful for, and things that I have put work into that have come to fruition. So I really think it's too just about not even just being grateful and content with the things you have in that moment, and not always thinking about what you don't have and what you haven't achieved yet, and what other people have. You don't know what they went through to get it, or other things or issues they may be having. Just because everything seems good on the outside doesn't mean that that's really how it is. Okay, they might be struggling with some demons or something because of all of their nastiness. So let us not judge. Next paragraph. Achievement of whatever kind is the crown of effort, the diadem of thought. By the aid of self-control, resolution, purity, righteousness, and well-directed thought, a man ascends. By the aid of animality, indolence, impurity, corruption, and confusion of thought, a man descends. So it's all about the effort in the thought, whatever they may be. It's well-directed and good, and that's what you're going to get. But it's got to be, it's always the effort. So if your effort is for good things, then you will ascend. If your effort is going towards negative things and just low vibrational things, then you will descend. So it's a ascending and descending, up and down. But I think people go through both phases of that. No one's ever just always ascending and always descending, hopefully. I mean, some people. I think most of us, we go back and forth between ascending and descending. I think a lot of times we start to descend because of the outside circumstances that are happening, and then we start to, get focused on those things and just go into a negative place. But you have to really stay focused so that you can continue to ascend. All right. Next paragraph. Victories attained by right thought can only be maintained by watchfulness. Many give way when success is assured and rapidly fall back into failure. This one right here. This is me, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I can speak for myself, okay? When I start seeing, especially with, y'all can tell from my weight loss videos if y'all watch those. I start to see little results. I'm like, I'm doing good. I can have me a little donut here. I can do this, that. Then I'm back where I started. Like, why? Why didn't you just keep going? Even with the hair struggles, Like, my hair's doing good. I could do this, that to it. I'm like, no. You have to keep going with what works. Why are you going backwards? And I think a lot of people do that, especially when it comes to their health and, whatever their health or weight goals are. They just start to see little results, or they don't see results fast enough, and they, they go back to their old ways. So we have to be consistent, okay? And watchful. That's the word that he used. Watchfulness, watch yourself. I have financial goals right now, but I don't pay attention, and I just start being like, oh, my kids want this, that, and the other, and then I'm like, why am I not getting to my goals? Because I'm not even paying attention. I'm not paying attention to my weight. I'm not paying attention to my bank account, because I'm like, I don't even want to look. It'll be fine. No, you gotta pay attention. What are you doing? Where is this money going? Where is this extra weight coming from? What are you eating too much of? Why are you not eating enough fruits and vegetables? Pay attention. Pay attention for myself too. For us, all of us. Not just me. Y'all too. But mostly me. Because I don't know what y'all do. Maybe y'all got that together, but I'm still working on it. But, all right, let's see what we got next. He who would accomplish little must sacrifice little. Who would achieve much, he who would achieve much must sacrifice much. He who would attain highly must sacrifice greatly. So this is a good one too. It goes back to what I was just saying, If you want big things, you're gonna have to sacrifice big. If you want little results, it's gonna be a little sacrifice. So you can't expect to get to some grand goal that you have and think that you're not going to have any sacrifices that you have to make. So it's going to balance out as a scale. So if you only want to make little bitty sacrifices, expect little bit. You only going to sacrifice a little bit in your savings, you're going to have a little bit of savings, okay? So you want the bigger result, you're going to have to sacrifice more. That's just what it is. So be prepared for that. I really like that. So that's a good one. Keep that in mind, you guys, when you got your goals. Sacrifice little results. Sacrifice great results. All right, we're at the next chapter now. So this one is titled Visions and Ideals. The dreamers are the saviors of the world. As the visible world is sustained by the invisible, so men, through all their trials and sins and sordid vocations, are nourished by the beautiful visions of their solitary dreamers. Humanity cannot forget its dreamers. It cannot let their ideals fade and die. It lives in them. It knows them as the realities which it shall one day see and know. Composer, sculptor, painter, poet, prophet, sage. These are the makers of the afterworld, the architects of heaven. The world is beautiful because they have lived. Without them, laboring humanity would perish. Because, what would we have to look forward to look at this beautiful, to be entertaining if we didn't have, even musicians, that should be on here too, but, well, what composer? But to me, singers, people who rap, put up music, whatever. They are composing. They're creating something that makes the world more beautiful, more interesting. Okay, beautiful paint, beautiful words, prophets, all of that. So let's not forget those people, like you said. I just thought that was nice. Anyway, next paragraph. Dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, so shall you become. Your vision is the promise of what you shall one day be. Your ideal is a prophecy of what you shall at last unveil. The greatest achievement was at first and for a time a dream. The oak sleeps in the acorn. The bird waits in the egg. And in the highest vision of the soul, a waking angel stirs. Dreams are the seedlings of realities. So whatever your dreams are, you guys, make it lofty. Don't be afraid to go after what you really want. Whatever your vision for your life is, your dream, and everyone's going to have different type of dream, but you should definitely go after it. Don't feel like, oh, it's just too much, I can't achieve it, because like you said, one day, an acorn becomes a big, huge oak tree. A bird was once just in an egg, and then it comes to life and it's flying. So you have that dream inside of you. So yeah, it starts off as just a dream, just a vision, just something in your mind, just in your thoughts. But if you put the energy and effort into it and you go after it, it can become a reality. Everything that someone has accomplished that's great and memorable started off as a dream. You think of the great musicians or great actors or politicians. It's always a dream. That has made me think of Martin Luther King, which is his holiday just passed. And here we are, we have civil rights. Things aren't perfect, still got things going on. But it's much better than it was. And that all started off as a dream. And those people, our ancestors, they put the effort back in there to march and to be, abused, and all the things that they were going through to make things better for their descendants, for us. And if it would have only just been an idea that Martin Luther King and all the other people that were involved in civil rights, we wouldn't be where we are today. but they went after their dream. All of the musicians and singers, I'm sure they got rejected and told they weren't, they weren't that or whatever, but they still went after their dream. So don't forget about your dreams and don't think that it can't be accomplished because you have some obstacles or you think it's just too grand. Because everything that has been done, that has been accomplished, it started off just as a dream. I dreamed to win $10,000 on Keno, and I'm not gonna give up on that dream. I'll keep playing. It's gonna happen. Okay. Other people win all the time. Why can't it be me? And that's how I feel about stuff like that. We always think, well, that's just for other people. No, it could be you too. Next paragraph. The thoughtless, the ignorant, and the indolent, seeing only the apparent effects of things and not the things themselves, talk of luck, of fortune, and chance. Seeing a man grow rich, they say, how lucky he is. Observing another become intellectual, they exclaim, how highly favored he is. And noting the saintly character and wide influence of another, they remark, how chance aids him at every turn. They do not see the trials and failures and struggles which these men have voluntarily encountered in order to gain their experience, have no knowledge of the sacrifices they have made, of the undaunted efforts they have put forth, of the faith they have exercised that they might overcome the apparently insurmountable and realize the vision of their heart. They do not know the darkness and the heartaches. They only see the light and joy and call it luck. They do not see the long and arduous journey, but only behold the pleasant goal and call it good fortune. Do not understand the process, but only perceive the result and call it chance. Yeah, we definitely do that. I have done that, and I feel like people have also looked at me and thought that, oh, you're so lucky, you're this and that, but people don't know your actual story or the things and the hardships that you've been through or how you've got to the place that you've gotten to. But yeah, I've been through some things. I'm sure we all have. Hi, Auntie. We have all been through some things, and it hasn't been easy. You have to go through some trials and some failures to get to where you need to be. So people just come up and just think, oh, you're just so lucky, everything just work out for you, and that's not really the case. A lot of times it's because of the effort and the resilience that we put into what we're doing. So we need to not only stop doing that to other people, stop judging other people and just thinking that they're lucky, but look a little deeper, think a little deeper. Why not ask that person, how did you get to where you are? Where did you start? What were the obstacles along the way? Instead of judging or kind of just giving a little bit of like, you're just envious. Oh, they just so lucky. Like, but you don't really know. So maybe we should start doing that instead. Be humble, and just ask people, how did you get there? How did that happen for you? And I feel like a lot of people that are so-called lucky and have this good fortune, they are very positive usually. 9 times out of 10 is a very positive person. That's just what I've noticed. So now this is the last paragraph of this chapter. The vision that you glorify in your mind, the ideal that you enthrone in your heart, this you will build your life by. This you will become. So whatever that main vision that you have that is great to you, that's what you're gonna be. So hopefully it's good. Not bad, guys. And if it's bad, change it. Believe in yourself. All right, the last chapter is called Serenity. Oh, a little sad. Okay. But I'm going to do the other book by him because like I told you guys on the other video, it's 2 books in one. So the other one is The Master of Destiny. So same author, just a different book. All right, the first paragraph of this last chapter called Serenity is, calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is the result of long and patient effort and self-control. Its presence is an indication of ripened experience and of a more than ordinary knowledge of the laws and operations of thought. calmness of mind. That's something I'm really working on because I overthink. Anybody else that does that, you can definitely understand that it's difficult to have calm mind. Sometimes I have issues sleeping just because of the thinking that and analyzing. So he's saying that takes long, patience, and effort and self control. So it's gonna be a lot of work to get there. But obviously it's definitely worth it. Because to me, peace of mind is like you said, that's worth a lot. One of the best things that you can accomplish is to have peace of mind, okay? All right, next paragraph. The calm man, having learned how to govern himself, knows how to adapt himself to others, and they in turn reverence his spiritual strength and feel that they can learn of him and rely upon him. The more tranquil a man becomes, the greater in his success, his influence, his power for good. Even the ordinary trader will find his business prosperity increase as he develops a greater self control and equanimity, for people will always prefer to deal with a man whose demeanor is strongly equable. So being calm is really just about you controlling yourself at the end of the day, governing yourself. And it will help you to be able to adapt to other people. So, and really that's when you're tested how calm you can really be when you are dealing with other people. If you just always by yourself or don't, don't want to be bothered with people, how are you going to know how calm you really are, how in control you are? And I feel like, like siblings being, close, uh, romantic partnerships, those are the relationships that really test your self-control and how calm you can be, because it's really reflective, of a lot of internal issues, even though we are like looking at, oh, this person's always messing with me, or this person is just this, that, and the other. But it's you have to learn how to, like you said, adapt and still stay calm in whatever is going on and be reliable. And people are going to be more likely going to deal with you, whether it's in business, co-workers, relationships, if you're calmer. Even at my job, we had a couple people whose tempers were out of control. They would complain about everything and start yelling and fussing, and they just didn't last. And I just feel like even if you quit the job or you get fired, if you keep taking that same demeanor, that same attitude to other places of employment, you're not going to go far. So it's really within you. And these people are always looking at other people, but they can never see how they were contributing to that and how they couldn't get a raise or get a promotion because of their attitude. And they could be great at the job, the skills, but the demeanor and how they deal with people, you're not going to get as far if you can't be calm and control yourself. So my temper has gotten a lot better, you guys, but I still got some work to do. Definitely. But we're gonna get there, okay? We're not gonna give up, or we're gonna stay positive. Next paragraph. How many people we know who sour their lives, who ruin all that is sweet and beautiful by explosive tempers, who destroy their poise of character and make bad blood. It is a question whether the great majority of people do not ruin their lives and mar their happiness by lack of self-control. How few people we meet in life who are well balanced, who have that exquisite poise which is characteristic of the finished character. Yes, a bad temper can ruin your life, especially if you're doing it often or with the wrong person, who's not going to be as forgiving. And I've definitely caused, like I said, because I used to have, a worse, like a really bad temper when I was younger. It definitely burned some bridges and caused more issues that were necessary. It put me in unnecessary positions, unnecessary stress, just because of the temper and not being in control of my emotions. So it's very important to be well balanced and like you said, that's really gonna show how much you've worked on yourself, how much you've worked on your character when you can stay in control and not be so reactive. Because if you are reacting to every little thing, that means other people have control over you, not you over yourself. And that's whack. I don't know. That's probably not the best way to say it, but it's not good for you. It's not good for the people around you. So like what is the point? And I'm not saying that anger doesn't have its place, but it should be a controlled anger, if you will. If that's a thing. Like you're angry but you still got control. You make boundaries, really. That's what it's about. Because you can say what you need to say and let people know that you don't like something that they're doing, or you don't like a situation or something that's happened to you, without destroying things around you or saying things that are unnecessary, or just, just mean. Just because you're mad, you only make things worse. And that's really what I feel like. Like a lot of times when I let my temper get the best of me, it just made the situation worse. I feel like the best way to work on this is to find a way to let your anger out in a productive way. Maybe you need to go work out, or maybe you need to go for a walk, which is something that I do sometimes when I get really mad. I just go walk it off. You need to get that energy out, in a more productive way. Go meditate or something. Go take you a bath. I don't know. But don't just go start talking crazy and like punching the wall or whatever. That ain't gonna help nothing. Cussing out your manager. Whatever you did or are doing, find a more productive way to get that anger out and get in control of yourself. All right. Now I'm at the last paragraph. This will be the end of As a Man Thinketh. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you picked up the book, that it was helpful to you. It would definitely help me, and I'm going to continue to read it until I get to this finished character that he's talking about. All right, last paragraph. Tempest-tossed souls, wherever ye may be, under whatsoever conditions ye may live, know this: in the ocean of life, the isles of blessedness are smiling, and the sunny shore of your ideal awaits your coming. Keep your hand firmly upon the helm of thought. In the bark of your soul reclines the commanding master. He does but sleep. Wake him. Self-control is strength. Right thought is mastery. Calmness is power. Say unto your heart, peace, be still. Peace, please be still. That was good. I like the ending. So basically, self-control, right thought, calmness, peace. That's what we're trying to get to. All of those things are going to get you to where you want to be, to a better life, okay? But it's all right about mastery, power, and strength, okay? So I hope you guys, like I said, enjoyed this book. I'm going to continue this series. I'm covering books. So like I told you guys, I'm just going to do different books. Y'all have any comments or anything to say about these last 3 chapters? Got it. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and go. Because I need to finish reading the next actual book, even though, like I said, I'll be doing the other part of this one. Some things to do around the house. But that's pretty much it. I love the book. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. And if you don't pick it up, hopefully you just learned something from some of the paragraphs that I touched on in the book. So you guys stay blessed. Keep your mind right, Try and stay calm when you're being tested, and get your whatever negative energies out in a more productive way if you can. All right, I'll see you guys on the next video. Have an amazing day. Stay blessed.